Wow. I wasn't and maybe couldn't have been prepared. 10 years old? What was I like at 10? Was I like this? Emotions out of whack, personal preferences, responses that sometimes are on point, and others so foolish all you can do is laugh. Attitude wild, and she's not even officially hitting maturity yet, if you know what I mean. Parents, I'm back with another one. It's like you had a saint and you blinked, it's 2 years later, and attitude has found a body to live in. Grab your tea and sip with me as we journey through today's episode of The Prophet and the Tea. We typically live through lessons learned. We live through our experiences and pain. We didn't have certain things, and what we do is those things we consider to have been vital, we strive to provide for the next generation. We mean well, but if that well that has been dug up hasn't been cleaned up, those that get the water and drink it are left to anticipate some damage within. See, we are like vessels, and today we will liken ourselves to a well. Back in the Bible days, people would go to the well to get pails of water, maybe for the day or so, and then to hydrate their cattle, etc. As parents, you are your household's well. Yes, you. Wells are important, and they need to be kept up, cleaned, filled, because they are the source of life for their community. Okay, many of you know I have a daughter, and her dad and I aren't in an intimate relationship or anything like that. Our relationship, or partnership rather, is parenting. When we broke up, it was not pretty. It was painful, but thank God that all that is drowned in the blood, y'all. Through much prayer and agreement and wisdom and wise counsel, our parenting styles and mission are fitting. See, at 10 years old, I've realized in this household, a father's discipline is vital. And I'm seeing that. I promise you, it makes sense why God says be married and then have kids. Because having this separation between two households with one parent in one home and the other in another just makes it that much harder. This is where it all comes together, y'all. The well. Let me take you through a little lesson. Sit back, sip your tea. Did you know that wells must be cleaned? Yes. According to Skillings and Sons LLC, it should be tested annually and then periodically checked to determine its overall health. And there's two reasons why wells may need cleaning. It's bacteria and encrustation. See, the bacteria leaves a very unpleasant taste to the water, and it leaves a nasty smell. The encrustation comes from the minerals, and they begin to form around critical touch points of your well system. They typically manifest in systems with shallow table aquifers. Shallow table aquifers can be easily impacted by the pressure and the temperature changes around it. So pretty much, the deeper you've got to dig the well, the better it is for you. I can only imagine somebody that's digging a well. The deeper they go, I'm sure it's much more laborious. You know, they might not like the amount of work it takes to dig that deep. It's I know it's tiresome. Is that a word? It's tiresome. I know that, it's exhausting. You may want to just stop barely halfway through. It takes a lot of work. However, later on, it will all be worth it because it's almost like when you go into the doctor for these annual visits to check your body, right? You're taking precautionary methods. So the deeper you dig the well, it's like a precautionary method so that you don't have to worry as much about encrustation and bacteria. Bacteria obviously puts the health of the water recipient at complete risk. And crustacean does not allow for the best distribution, like the pressure is low. The water does not flow with a healthy force. So let's just pause right here. Let me ask you a question, dear one. Mother or father, or both of you. Are you a deep or a shallow well? Are you easily encrusted or prone to bacteria by the temperature and, the pressure around you? Ponder on that. I'm constantly being checked. I was dug deep after being shallow for so long. And trust me, God is still digging. I was shallow with myself, with God, and with those around me. But the more I draw closer to Jesus, the deeper he continues to dig in me. And many of you know by previous episodes or previous lives on social media, if you follow me, I grew up without my dad actively present in my life. A stable male figure was missing. And out of that void, part of my motherly values was making sure that my daughter grew up with her dad. However, the inspiration, though good, and as it should have been, it was a little carnal and it was pain driven. And like an onion, little by little, God has been removing the layers. Most recently, as discipline is an urgent factor in this parenting season, God has yet again so graciously revealed my brokenness and need for his touch and understanding. Emotions, identity, social skills, hormones, I can keep going, have all turned up on high in the blink of an eye. And nurture is necessary, but it isn't the most effective tool in the kit right now. See, mom has to turn in her tool. Because the way this new well, the digging process is going, the one that dad has is a little bit more effective. At least his revelation of the use of this tool. Now, the main well in this household, I, needed some cleaning before the tool switch. Let me just make it plain. I was so lost and uncertain of a father's role in this stage of life. I personally lacked a father's love in the flesh through discipline. So as dad is building character, mom is freaking out thinking that he's heartless. But the truth is, this well had some encrustation. My inability to identify a father's love and role got in our way of agreeing. But thank God for grace, for wise counsel, and awakening, and a teachable spirit. I thank God, number one, that I am his daughter. He is my father. He upholds my ways. He's a helper to me, and he executes justice for me. And as I learn a little later in life about what many girls experience, he covers me. He protects me. And that's on the word, sis, bro. According to the definition of the Greek word father, in the context of an individual, a father commands, he procreates, he instructs, he rebukes, he loves, he's compassionate, he blesses, he's capable of grieving, and he's glad. He's capable of being glad. A father is an object of honor and obedience and love. Fathers are special. They're necessary, and they are of great value. And together, mom and dad makes what a child needs complete. So, some children are fortunate to have both parents deeply in love under one roof. Other children are fortunate enough to have two homes. In the latter instance, it is of great importance that if the parents can, they strive to be on one accord so that the child benefits best. Mom, trust that God is all-wise and powerful. He has put something in dad that anchors that child, and that child needs it. Trust that God is purposeful, dad, and that the womb he chose to grow your child was chosen with intent. The love that's sometimes hidden deep inside within her is something only that mom can give. God was intentional when he created man. Male and female, he created them to bear his image, to be fruitful, and together to be a witness of his fullness in the parenting partnership. Put your pride aside, forgive, throw away the old, welcome the new. Recently, I learned this and I'll share it with you. You can apply this to all your valuable relationships. It's regarding issues. Don't let them separate you. Don't let it divide you. Together, face the problem. Strive to reason with one another. Divide the issue and then conquer it. Choose peace, child of God. I hope you've tasted and seen that the Lord is good. And once again, make sure you subscribe, like, review, and visit me on YouTube. Also, if you would like full episodes, if you'd like to see guest episodes, if you'd like to see behind the scene episodes, infographics, and much more, go ahead and join me on patreon.com and become a patron. You won't regret it. Until next time.